especially if I go into manual mode here and drop it down a couple gears. Oh, yes, you can hear that. Yeah, that is exquisite. What is going on, ride lovers? We about to get into another episode of For the Love of Rides. I appreciate y'all joining me today. Before we get into the footage, and we got a treat for y'all today, I just want to say thanks for rocking with me. Thanks to all the new subscribers. Over a month ago now, we hit 200 subscribers. So I appreciate all the new subscribers, all the old subscribers, those of you who have continued to rock with us, continue to join us on the ride. Before we get into this next video, just remember, keep liking, keep subscribing, keep sharing, and we're about to take a look at the footage. What I just finished recording today was a real treat, so I hope y'all enjoy it as much as I did. Today we're featuring a 2016 Mercedes Benz S600 Maybach. So yeah, we went luxury this time, y'all, and I hope y'all enjoy it, because I did. Let's get right into it. So here we are, folks. We're about to take a little ride. We got the keys to the 2016 Mercedes Benz S600 Maybach 12-cylinder. Of course, push button start. And notice how it comes to life. Of course, we're gonna buckle up for safety. And we'll go on a little cruise here. So here's our look under the hood. Pretty quiet, as you would expect from a luxury car. What we're working with here is a 6-liter biturbo V12 that puts out 523 horsepower at 4,900 RPM and 600 foot-pounds of torque at 1,900 RPM. So you get that torque coming in real nice and low in the power band. That's good low end grunt for you there. Fuel economy is 13 city, 20 highway. Of course, you're not really worried about fuel economy probably if you're driving, if you own this car. But I believe me, I could probably get, I know how to squeeze some extra MPG out of a car when I'm on the highway. I could probably get 22 out of it on the highway. If we're doing a road trip, maybe 25, who knows. But you're gonna feel the comfort, of course. It's gonna move you effortlessly when you need to move. So let's go ahead and have a look on the inside. Alright, now when we take a look at this car, here's what distinguishes it. One of the things, of course, that distinguishes it from a typical S-Class Mercedes, the Maybach logo. Now, as we have a seat, we take a look at the succulent interior. We have leather, soft touch materials, wood grain. You got all your nice bezels here. Of course, anyone's familiar with Mercedes, you're familiar with these here. Your seat position options, door lock. So, you know, everything that you would expect with a luxury Mercedes. Another thing that you'll notice with on the seat here, the V12 badge here. So we are in a V12, 6-liter V12. Again, we have another Maybach logo embossed into the armrest. TV screens, video screens. We got our standard floor mats with the Mercedes Benz badge there. So we have our navigation screen. If we switch it into reverse, then our backup camera with overhead view, of course. We got our fuel consumption meter there. That button activates our rear sunshade. Up here we have our rear moonroof. Let's see, this one takes care of the sliding glass, open the vent. And give it another pull there, and it closes it all together. And now, of course, this would be your emergency SOS. You know, all those. I'm at a loss for words now. But your drive assist, like if you have any issues with the vehicle. Now, you have plenty of space here. Here's your cup holders. We have this is your actual disc changer. Mercedes Benz Infotainment control interface there. Of course, our driving mode switch. This is for suspension, raise the vehicle. Active body control. We just switched it to comfort mode. We have sport. Okay, yeah, comfort and sport mode. Okay, that's for paddle shifting. Voice commands. We got our controls here, steering wheel controls. So when we step into the back seat, here's where we really get spoiled. So if we look at, let's look here first. We got DVD players. Of course, we don't have any DVDs, which we would insert here if we had one, but I don't have any movies to put on for y'all right now. You see, you can have your climate controls as well, which also show down there. You got your 115 power outlet, 150 watts, and of course your standard, you see in any car, the cigarette lighter style. There's your bezels for your air conditioning in the rear, and also direction, time. So switch that off here. Now here's where it gets really nice. So we have cooled seats, heated seats, memory, 3-position memory, and here's where we can really stretch out and relax. Y'all see that? We want to go ahead and get our nice little recline in. So yeah, it's tons of room back here. Now that would be pretty much my driving position in the front seat, and this also extends. Now of course, for me to stretch out like that, I have to push the seat back a little bit here at the base. Now of course, I'm 5'11", so no, you're not really gonna stretch all the way out back here unless you're like a child or, you know, short. But normal seating position, you do have plenty of space in both front and back. It is cavernous in here. I have the seat kind of reclined here also, so we can move that up a little bit. Also, when we take a look at, now you can actually control the front passenger seat here, and you hit this button, see how that seat moved up, and look at what this one is doing. Look at all that. This is basically fully reclined for this seat here. Now obviously you wouldn't be able to do that here on this side because the driver has to be able to drive, of course. But if there's no passenger in the passenger seat, the rear passenger seat lets you lay out and go to sleep, especially if you're on a long trip. Yeah, and of course, same thing. Over here, you got your cool and heated seats. That position, that memory position, but not sure about that one. But somebody let me know what that other button is in the comments, or either I'll find out. But yeah, this is basically a luxury suite on wheels, especially for the backseat passenger. Now, if we go in here, of course, we got our DVD accessories. You know, your headphones. There's an actual remote, and that controls the sound system, media, radio, bunch of little things here. And yeah, a whole lot. Gotcha. Of course, we have our reading lights. The grab handles, of course. We got a rear window shade. It's controlled with that button there. Moonroof. Side window shades. That button here. And this one. So yeah. And let's look at that again. Hit it again and the window comes down. Window back up. Hit it again. Our window shade comes back up. Let's do it on this side. Here we go. So yeah, that privacy. And then just keep the sun out your face, right? Alright, so yeah, this is why the car was, original MSRP was starting at $190,000. Alright, so we got our pretty standard Mercedes Benz key, but when we turn it over to the back, we got the Maybach logo. So yeah, alright y'all, we getting ready to go for a ride. We're going to start off in comfort mode because we're cruising around the city right now. And when we're cruising around in comfort mode, it definitely feels exactly that, nice and comfortable. Stop sign right here. All right, so let's talk a little bit about Maybach in general. We are looking at a company that first started, or was founded, I would say, in 1903. They started off as an engine builder, making motors for Zeppelins and rail cars, and I believe they did some tank engines as well, you know, back in the World Wars. So, you know, your Panzer tanks and all that type of stuff. If you don't know what a Zeppelin is, think of an airship, like a blimp, you know, the Hindenburg, that type of thing. So that's where they started out building engines. In 1919, they started fiddling with the idea of doing they started with, you know, basically that's when they started getting the idea that they wanted to try cars. So 2 years later, 1921, they had their, after the concept in 1919, they actually had a production vehicle in 1921. Fast forward to, was it 1960, I want to say? Hold up, let me check my notes. Yeah, 1960, they were purchased by Daimler Benz, and basically they've been owned by Daimler ever since. Now, in 2002, of course, that's when they really, or Daimler started pushing them as its own brand of vehicle. That's where you have your most recently known Maybach, such as the 57, the 57 and the 62, and those cars are named, denoted by their decimeter length. And then you have, but they didn't really do a good job of marketing them, so they really didn't sell. They kind of fell behind the other luxury brands that would be its competition, like Rolls-Royce and Bentley. So sales languished, they didn't really make that much money. So Mercedes decided to discontinue the brand at that was 2015. But they did, no, that was 2013. In 2015, they bought it back as a sub brand, and that's what we have now, the Mercedes Benz S600 Maybach. So that's where we are today, and that's how we have this vehicle. So again, as we cruise around, it is definitely lush, comfortable. You know, you're really driving a plush luxury car here. All right, so we're back in comfort mode. Our video stopped on us, so we're gonna try to do that again. And we are headed back to our destination. All right, so where I left off, we were talking about the low end torque, 612 feet-pounds of torque coming in at 1900 RPM. Now, what we're about to do is get into a little highway driving.
In 300 feet, turn right onto Virginia 143 West.
There's our navigation, of course.
Now turn right onto Virginia 143 West. In 600 feet, keep right onto I-64 East toward Hampton.
Now the coolest thing, the first thing I noticed...
Now keep right onto I-64 East toward Hampton.
Navigation is really cutting me off and getting in the way. We're gonna have that, since I don't know exactly where I'm going, of course. But as I was saying, first thing I noticed getting in this car, I got in the car and made a couple of left turns in the right seat bolster as we go into sport mode. Yes, that's where that 12 cylinders comes in. We got our blind spot warning there. But these seat bolsters, they kick out to grab your side and give you support when you are turning or going around a curve. So that's really cool. This is the first time I've ever experienced a car with that little feature there. Now we're in sport mode now. We have, we got steering assist as well. There we go. Oh yes, very nice, very smooth. But you punch it, oh yeah, you feel that. Now of course the heads-up display here is reminding me to mind my speed. But I do feel that, yeah, the suspension is stiffening up a little bit now that we're in sport mode. Now, what I really want to talk about is as this is at a maximum, comes up on me on the side like that. Go ahead. Maximum and a Jetta. But you really do feel the punch when you step on that gas pedal, especially if I go into manual mode here and drop it down a couple gears. Oh, yes, you can hear that. Yeah, that is exquisite. But yeah, it's, you know, that torque, you really feel it. This is a heavy car, 5,300 pounds, and usually a 5,300 pound car, vehicles that are 5,300 pounds, a lot of times are SUVs. Take Ford Expedition, Chevy Tahoe, You know, what else? Dodge Durango. You know, all of those cars are either starting at 5,300 pounds or higher. Durango is probably a little lighter. The Durangos usually range anywhere, depending on which Durango, they usually range anywhere from like 4,600 to maybe 5,700 pounds. You know, but we're talking about 5,300 pound car, Tahoe and an Expedition, and the Durango SRT, not the SRT, but the RT, is basically 6.25 seconds to get to 0 to 60. And now if you step up to a Durango SRT, then you got 4.8 seconds. But guess what else does 4.8 seconds? This thing. 0 to 60 in 4.8 seconds. And yeah, you really feel it. So it's a big girl, a chunky car, but that 12 cylinders gets it moving pretty good. It's pretty quick for its weight. To throw y'all a football analogy, this car is like the athletic offensive lineman on your football team, on your favorite football team. So, you know, the coach's favorite play in the playbook is power. When you got a guard that can pull like this. But that, let's go ahead and do another little pull. Oh yeah. Can't really do too much because there's a lot of traffic. So yeah, can't open it up at all. There's a lot of cars on the highway today. But yeah, it just feels good to do that straight line pull. So let's try this steering assist here. See if the steering feels a little any different when we change lanes. I'm getting over like I want to take this exit, but I really don't. Yeah, I should have stayed in the fast lane. That is the nice part, because I need definitely to get over here, and it is really moving me where I need to go. So it feels lovely. Now this car, when it was brand new in 2016, the base price was $190,275, according to Edmunds. Now you can get them anywhere from like 79, basically 80 grand. To like 86 grand. Of course, that depends on where you are. But yeah, if you have that kind of cheese in your pockets, if your wallet is that
in 1 mile, exit to the right.
Okay. GPS, thank you for giving me some time to talk before you interrupted me again. But yeah, if your pockets are deep enough, hey, why not scoop one up? I mean, you'll probably won't want to do as much driving. You probably have someone that can drive you around, but that's cool too. Yo, why not be chauffeur? But if you do like driving, if you are that type of car guy that just wants to get in there,
take exit 264 to the right onto I-664 South toward downtown Newport News.
Okay. If you just want to put your foot to the floor and really hit it and feel that, if you just really enjoy driving.
Now exit to the right onto I-664 South toward
like
downtown Newport News.
Most of us on this channel does. I'm just going to talk over the GPS.
In 1 mile, exit to the right.
It's not a bad car to drive. It's pretty nice. Now, those seat bolsters are kicking in again because I'm going around a curve. This exit. That is really cool. I wasn't expecting that. You know, this is definitely probably the most luxurious car that I've ever driven. And let me be cool here because this car with its blinkers on. That Volvo here. And 30-day tags. Okay. definitely not expecting those seat bolsters to
Take
come
exit
out on me.
2 to the right.
But again, when you're driving a car like this, hey, expect the unexpected. If it's your first time, now people who drive these cars all the time, they already know.
Now exit to the right.
Okay, aye, Captain. So the 190,000.
In 900 feet, turn left.
$190,000 that you had to fork up for this car if you bought it brand new in 2016. That got you.
Now turn left.
Okay. That got you a whole slew of luxury features. Burmester sound system. You got the twin moonroof, for the front and the back. You have DVD system in the back seat as well. There's actually a remote control for that, where you can control the audio and everything. Oh yeah, I love those seat bolsters coming out at me like that. I don't know why I'm like so fascinated with that. It would almost like throw you off and scare you. Like say, if you didn't really know what was going on, like I didn't expect it, but when it happened, I immediately knew what was happening. But yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, the too many luxury features to even remember to try to list here. I'm just trying to go back off of memory. What I might as well do is go ahead and probably just put a list. I'll probably run a list or something so you can see it all, because yeah, it's a lot. But yes, just off the top of my head, some of the things I do remember. The passenger seat back there, I have showed that already, that the seat stretches out. If there's no front seat passenger, you can stretch all the way out in the back. You've got, of course, navigation.
Prepare to turn right.
Okay. We're going to turn right up at this next, well, not the next street, but at this next traffic light. But you got, along with the navigation, we talked about the audio sound system. What else do we have? Yeah, it's really so much. I'm not really remembering it all right now. I didn't get a chance to put everything so I could cheat and look at my notes. But yeah, I'll run a list across the screen for you.
In 700 feet, turn right to your destination.
But the drive is almost over, sadly. But it has been fun.
Now turn right to your destination.
Yeah, I'm about to turn the GPS off. Although I'm almost there anyway. I didn't pass my stop, did I? No, I didn't. But yeah, definitely. Shout out to Dawn. Thanks for letting me spend some time with this luxury monster here. I really enjoyed it. We're gonna definitely have to do this again and get some more of these these luxurious beasts on our channel. This definitely was fun. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off now, because I pretty much run out of everything to say. But I appreciate y'all watching. Stick with us. There's more to come. This has been another episode of For the Love of Rides. Check y'all later.